Lionhart writes in. Lionhart says, "Hey, Zach, I heard you were disappointed with the lack of write-ins, so I have one for you that is about football, just not relevant football." Lionhart says, "A little under 2 years ago, I wrote into your show about asking for advice on trying to play JUCO football after being out of the game for 9 years. After sitting on the bench 90% of my first year, I filled in a few plays here and there whenever there was someone that had to come out, but I never played a whole game. I won the starting job at center going into year 2. You did. That's crazy. I had a terrible first few drives to open our season, and I got benched after the first quarter. Oh. Then towards the end of our second game, the other center suffered a torn ACL, so I filled in for the rest of the game. They looked around for a few other solutions, but I eventually won the job a second time after getting benched. I went on to start all but one game the entire year, and I only gave up 2 sacks. Neither of them were in our conference games. Lionhart had 0 penalties of any kind, played every snap in practice and in the game, never got hurt, never missed a meeting or practice. My team brought our program its first winning record in 10 years after starting off 1-4 and losing our starting quarterback. To put the cherry on top, I was voted second team all-conference earlier this year. I never thought I would get that far, and it felt so good to get that weight off my shoulders. Your show usually revolves around talking about the very best football players in the world, and I'm light years away from that. But I hope you enjoyed reading about my little corner of the football world." Lionhart. That's what it's about, man. I hope you enjoyed that journey. I'm kind of getting goosebumps, actually. I get this rush to my head. My forehead usually gets goosebumps, actually, which is weird, I know. But like my arms get a little bit, and then I feel it in my forehead. It's so cool, man. I just can't say enough how like amazing of a story that is. And I hope you did it for you, not for the story. But that is an amazing story. And one that, Lionhart, we need to get in touch because you should come on the show probably and talk about that at some point, whether it's this show or another show I'm starting or or another thing I'm doing in the future. You're so compelling here that I would like to meet you in person. The same way, Jake, you're out there, got your GD. Like, I think the best thing about this whole thing I've done, Strong Abandoned Sports, this little weird thing in the internet, is the people I've met through it. Logan, this guy Logan, I met him in Hilo, Hawaii, listener of the show. In our Patreon league now, we text each other all the time. He's like a real friend of mine. We play Fortnite together, me and Logan. And I've been really lonely, actually, recently. I've been going through some stuff. Logan has no idea how much he's been helping me, actually, just by talking to me. Right? Lionhart, I want to be your friend. Like, you're a quality dude. That's a real journey. And I want to interview you and hear about what you learned from this journey and how you became a better person. Because that's what it's about, man, is challenging yourself in life is not I don't think is the goal, right? Often the challenges we take on are either for pursuit of something, for a reason. I'm taking on plumbing right now. It's a challenge for me for sure. Or it's something that you get dealt to deal with. But either way, I so admire people that take on a challenge head on and really, really fight. And whether you had worked or not, you did end up becoming the starting center eventually. I mean, you won the job, then you lost it, but you fought through all of it. You had a good attitude. You showed up to practice every day, never got hurt. There's got to be a lot. Lionhart, I admire you, man. And the amount of things you can take from this journey are going to help you the rest of your life. In your marriage, in your career, in parenting, everything you want to do the rest of your life. You will always have this journey to reflect on and the things you learned from it and took away from it. I hope that's the thing you get from it, Lionhart. I think this show is amazing, actually. I'm really proud of it. I wish that millions of people listen to the show so I could do it as my full-time job. I really do. But this story, Lionhart, this write-in on Patreon, is one of my favorite moments ever to happen on this show. I think that's incredible, man. And I just thank you for sharing your story. Please let's connect in person. I don't know where, I would imagine you live in California. Maybe I'm wrong. Someday when I have money to travel, I would love to take a flight out to you and make a video with you. Like and maybe we do an internet interview over I've done interviews remotely. I'd love to have you on to do that. But on top of that, I'd love to make a vlog where I go visit you and see you and shake your hand, give you a hug. Like we tell this story on camera. It's so compelling, man. It really is. It really, really is. And I'm kind of moved here. I really just want to. It's damn cool.